Sorry about that. Around again.
You're open today.
We are until 5:30.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Bye. Sorry about that. I forgot I had that. I'm Gavin Wuttken. I'm president of Around Again. My other full-time job was as a biologist and dive safety officer at aquariums, and I really watched how bad the climate change was affecting the oceans. They're getting impacted pretty heavily. And so I was motivated to do something about that. And I looked at the whole linear supply chain, and I figured someone needs to make a feedback loop before all that stuff gets to the dump. So I was motivated by desire first. And then we moved up here, and I've always been a woodworker and a guy like that. We built our own geodesic dome here. And so I started really understanding the trade a lot better, and I watched how much waste there was in the building industry. And so that was the motivation for getting this going, trying to figure out a way to keep good stuff out of the dump. So we're we're sort of a junk store. Everything we sell for as low as we can to keep the door open. And those profits are to keep the place running, and then also to provide services that we think make sense in a recycle community for us now. So we have a recycle system for cell phones. We take eyeglasses to the Lions folks and they get them back out. We do wine corks and we send them to a corking floor company in Oregon. Fluorescent lights are recycled through the state to get the mercury out. And then we're part of the paint care program for recycling paint. And then the fun one we have is our Fresh Start artist, and that's for anybody who makes anything out of recycled material. As long as it's 60% recycled, they can sell it here. We take no commission, and we just keep the money for them. And that's really fun to watch people exploring their art side. And then we have the tool library. So those are the things that make sense for us right now for recycling. I'd love to expand on that. What's interesting in the last 5 years or so is the realtors are using us as a come to Sequim, it's a cool place, because we're kind of something to do during the day. So you can come here and spend 3 hours in here and be very entertained and have lots of memories come up and all that stuff. So we get a lot of realtors coming in with new people looking for something, looking for a new house. And like, this place is great. This is just the energy I want. And then so that's kind of fun. But yeah, we do get a lot of strange items and some things we've worked on to make them different or something else. We got a morgue freezer unit one time. That was really interesting. So that became a platform for a floating cotillia on a pond because it was really well insulated. And so we helped him figure out how to hook it all together so he could chain it onto his. And he sent us a picture, and it's this beautiful gazebo, like floating on a morgue. It's like very odd. So we've gotten that. We've gotten some things that nobody knew. Like for a long time, we used to have stuff on the counter. It's like, can you name what this is? And if they named it, we'd give them a discount on something like that. And that's always fun. All the old timers come in and like, yeah, I used this in 1929, something like that. So that's neat. Things that we've turned into other things. We turned a giant, the old style satellite dishes, the big ones. We turned that into a tent setup for somebody once. We've taken the smaller dishes and turned them into bird baths. We did hollow core doors into soji screen panels, which was fun. We've done lots of workshops like that, which is very fun to do. For me, the more stuff we get out means the more stuff we're keeping out. But it's hard because it's too much. It's just, you can't keep track of everything you've got listed. The volume is definitely, it's a tidal wave all the time. So the volume that comes in can be overwhelming in a week. And it's not just the volume, it's also what the item is. Somehow you have to figure out how to make whatever came in a place that's safe for people to look at it and get it organized like that. And so you never know what your inventory is. You never know how much of anything you're getting. And then you have to figure out a way to make your display, shelving, secure system flexible enough to handle that. That's a real challenge. And it's also hard because we have to turn down more stuff than we used to, like particle board stuff. We can't take anything that's particle board furniture because we don't have heat in our buildings, and they just swell up and fall apart. And that's frustrating. If I had heated buildings, we could take all that stuff, but we just can't. So having to turn down stuff is definitely a challenge. We realize our limit. I really want to feel like I've done as best I could in a spot that made sense for me. Because I'm an ocean guy, and you see the effects first in the ocean, and it's hard to watch a place you love just going down the drain. I don't know if we're going to win the battle with climate change. Probably not. But I want to go down swinging. I want to do everything I can, look back at my life and think that I tried to make as good a difference as I could.